Hi, I'm Colleen Gleason.
And I'm Dianna Cortez.
And today we are going to explore the familiar individual dialect. You may not be aware, but we are influenced by others' voices, the places where we lived, the geography, the climate, the way of speaking that has been passed down through generations of our families and friends. The unique way in which we express, articulate, and embody language. We are unique. We are so individual in the way that we speak. This makes us who we are and how we relate to others and the world around us.
The title of this workshop is Linklater Voice and Colaianni Speech, Embodying Individual Dialects. The purpose of this workshop is to free your natural voice by releasing tensions in your body, allowing your breath to deepen, to free vibrations from inside to outside, to feel vibrations in the resonance of your body, to open the channel, and with the willing desire to communicate, sigh vibrations past your jaw, your tongue, your throat, your soft palate, and open ourselves to receive and respond to impulses through the body's channels, as laid out in the book, Freeing the Natural Voice by Kristen Linklater.
Then, we will continue with Louis Colaianni's speech work that grows seamlessly out of Kristen Linklater's voice work. We will do this by dropping in the impulse for vowels as thoughts, feelings, and emotions that come specifically through the mouth and fully move through the whole body.
Finally, we'll discover our similarities and differences by how we express the feelings of these sounds in our individual dialect. And with the complex nuances of our humanity, we will be enlivened by poetic text spoken powerfully with specificity through our individual dialect.
Now let's meet our students.
My name is Joshua Ballin, he, him, his.
I am Maya Encila, and I use she, her pronouns.
My name is Gabriel Alberto Ortega. I identify as he and him.
My name is Kimberly Rye. I identify as she, her.
I am Anant Sharma. My pronouns are his and him.
Now let's pat down the body and enliven your skin to your internal sensations. Pat down through your face, your head and neck, down through your shoulders, and with open fists, thump across your chest, pat down with your open palms through your arms, your torso, belly back, and down through your legs. Now let's massage the muscles. Bring your hands to your facial muscles. Massage your face, your head, your neck, your shoulders, down through your arms and hands. Massage and soften around your belly muscles. Scrub your back, your lower back, and loosen the muscles around your thighs. Massage down through your calves and on down through the tops of your feet. Feel your feet resting on the ground. And sense that your weight is equally distributed down through the heels and balls of your feet. Send a message of relaxation to the muscles around your feet so they can soften towards the ground. Picture a cushion of air in your ankle joints and sense your shin bones growing up from your ankles, your calf muscles soft and wide, your kneecaps hanging. Picture the space in and around your knees, your thigh bones emerging up from your knee joints, the thigh muscles softening with messages of relaxation. Picture the heads of your thigh bones resting in your hip sockets and space in between. Sense the width and depth of your pelvis. See your tailbone and the wide sacrum that comes just beyond your tailbone hanging with gravity. Sense the natural curve in the small of your spine, and imagine that each vertebra of that lower lumbar has a cushion of air, and it's emerging one after the next. Your back is wide, your belly is long and soft. Sense your thoracic vertebra emerging from your lower lumbar, and the ribs are soft and floaty. Allow your collarbone and shoulder blades to rest on your ribs as the muscles soften and widen around your shoulders. Let your arms just hang from your shoulder sockets to gravity. And allow your thought to come back up and your energy up through your arms, to your body spine, up through your neck spine. Sense that your skull is floating on top like a balloon. Facial muscles are soft, lips slightly parted, jaw relaxed, tongue soft on the floor of your mouth. Now, bring your attention to your elbows. And with the economy of movement, allow your elbows to rotate forward. Float your elbows up towards your ears so that your forearms and hands are dangling from your elbows. Float your forearms and wrists up towards the sky, up and away from your elbow joints. And now float the palms of your hands and fingers up towards the sky so that the palms are open and facing each other. Imagine there's a warm sun above and you're reaching up towards the sun and wriggling up and out of the bottom of your rib cage. Allow your feet to find the ground, and with gravity, release the thought from your hands and let them plop to your wrists. And now release the thought from your forearms and let them fall to gravity to your elbows. And now release the thought from your upper arms and elbows and let them fall to your sides wholeheartedly to gravity until they come to a stop on their own. Now, allow your neck and head to fall to gravity so your chin is to your chest. And begin to release each vertebra of your spine as you feel the weight of gravity on the back of your neck and head drawing you down towards the ground. Your shoulder girdle gives way, your arms are hanging, and you're dropping down your spine one vertebra at a time. When you get to the bottom of your rib cage, feel the weight of gravity take over in your torso. Your knees can bend to support your body. And just think about something pleasurable. Sigh with relief. Give your arms a little shake. Sigh with relief. Nod your head yes and no. And thinking of your feet connecting to the earth, begin to rebuild up through your spine. First, lengthening in your legs so that your kneecaps are hanging, your tailbone drops and your sacrum follows, and then one vertebra at a time, you begin to rebuild up through your spine, seeing yourself as you rebuild. Your arms hang. Let there be a moment where your chin is to your chest, your head is dropped, but your body spine has fully lengthened. Sense the dimensionality of your body and your torso. Finally, allow the thought to travel up and along your neck spine, bringing your skull up towards the sky like a balloon. And sense the duality of energy coming up through your skeleton and down towards the outer limbs of your body. Feel the unique architecture of your bone structure cutting through the atmosphere and the presence of you in the space.
Feel the breath coming and going past slightly parted lips. Listen to the room, your heart rhythms, your natural breath down in your diaphragm. Observe the small internal movements. The dome of the diaphragm releases down as the breath comes in and up as the breath flows out. Now see the image of the sun. Close your eyes. Allow the image to drop into your middle. Picture a warm internal sun in your solar plexus down in your diaphragm. Feel the internal energy of you as the breath comes in and the warm sun is fueled from thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It is a receiver and transmitter of energy. Think of something pleasurable and feed in an impulse for a sigh of relief. Now, sigh breath with different sized impulses. A gentle breeze. A gentle wind. And a gust of wind. Think of your arms, legs, pelvis, and torso as if they are hollow and spacious. Allow the different size of relief to travel through the spaces of your body and move you with the full scope of the size of the wind.
So now tuning into your breathing center and tuning into the feeling of your body. I'd like you to imagine that you are like an old oak tree in the middle of a clearing in the forest. And there's a lake right in front of you. And everything's a metaphor. So we're just going to imagine that everything connects you to who you are, the experiences you might have in your body. And you can see the sunlight streaming in to the surface of the waters. And you can see the many layers as you're looking in. Maybe first you see the sky, maybe there's some clouds rolling by. Then you look a little deeper and you can see that maybe there's some life under there. There's fish and different kind of plant life under the waters, and it goes so deep, it's just limitless how deep it can go. And then you begin to picture, I wonder what it would be like if the surface of these waters were at the surface of my diaphragm, and that the waters were kind of flowing down through me like that. And you're kind of looking down and in at the surface of the waters, and you're seeing your face go wide panorama spread on the surface of those waters. And there's an underwater spring that's coming up through the center of you. And let's call these waters the pool of your vibrations. And those little bubbles coming up are your thoughts and feelings. And right when one of those thought bubbles come up through the center of the pool of your vibrations and the surface of those waters, that thought bubble turns to sound on a touch of thought, feeling, sound, vibration. Ha. And going a little deeper, a double bubble emerges up through the center of the pool of your vibrations on a double touch of sound. Ha ha. Ha. And then going even deeper, a triple bubble emerges. Ha ha ha. Ha. And let's just say that these touches of sound are connecting you to you, the many layers of who you are. So first I'm going to play a pitch from the piano, and then I'm going to speak in response to the piano on a double touch of sound, and then you can respond to my voice. Then I'm going to play a pitch and I'm going to speak with the piano, and you can respond to both me and the piano. Then I'll play a pitch from the piano, and then you'll be in dialogue with the piano, okay? And allow this energy to come through you, and I'll be guiding you from there, okay? Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha. Now the piano, and then you on the touch of sound in response to its energy. Ha. Ha. And allow the next touch of sound to release your neck and head wholeheartedly to gravity. And start to just allow the weight of gravity to play on the back of your neck and head, drawing you down towards the ground, so you're dropping down your spine. Relaxing in your breathing center. Allowing the vibration to flow out. Each one has a new energy. When you're at the bottom of your rib cage, release wholeheartedly down through your torso. Let your knees slightly bend. And then just think about something pleasurable and allow the feeling of vibrations to sigh through you like a waterfall of vibrations. And just let your shoulders, as the vibrations are coming up and over your back, down through your skull and your mouth, and down through your arms. And now on touches of sound, we're going to rebuild back up through the spine, and just thinking about the vibrations kind of splashing through you like raindrops coming through you as you're rebuilding up through your spine. Let your arms hang. Allow there to be a moment where your chin is on your chest and you're really feeling the width and length of your spine and body, torso. Let your arms hang so you're not holding on to yourself. And giving pause for a moment, feel the fullness of your body, the length of your spine. And then allow your neck spine to bring up so that your skull is floating on top. Every time, return to your breathing center. It's a renewal of self. And a renewal of your energy. And then bring your hands to your belly, just below your your rib cage just above your belly button, kind of like an upside down triangle. Give your belly a little shake and just feel that you're stirring, you're shaking up the vibrations inside of you. Use your hands to draw those vibrations up from inside, thumping them through your chest a bit with open fists. Draw them to your top lip and letting them go from inside to outside through your voice. Feeling the fountain of vibrations. Eyes open, lips part. Fall away from your ankles, and just for a moment let your arms come to your sides, and just feel the your body on the, again, sensing the earth itself as if it's, maybe it's like a nurturing earth and it's receiving you. And from here, connect to an impulse for a pleasurable sigh of relief. As you float your right knee up and your left knee up, you catch both shins with your hands and sigh with breath only as you float your knees up over your middle, catching your shins with your hands. And just giving yourself a little hug, holding on to your shins just below your knees. And in a moment, you're going to picture the vibrations down in your pelvis and the spaces from your pelvis through your torso and to your mouth, and just sense that the vibrations are flowing through that space. And you're going to shake your knees towards your middle as if you're shaking the vibrations of you up and out of your hip sockets and letting them flow down through those spaces of your torso and out past your lips. Good. And now allow your arms to fall to a soft low V to your sides, down and out from your hip sockets and away from your ribs. And allow your knees to, as if there were strings connected to your knees and there was a puppeteer above, allow your knees to be drawn to the right. And then the strings are cut and they fall to the right. And you're finding yourself into a diagonal stretch. So your knees have released to the right. You're really letting yourself feel gravity. And let your neck and head fall in the opposite direction of your knees. And I want you to think about the vibrations coming up from the hip socket on the ground and pouring through the spaces of your body and the diagonal space, especially from the hip on the ground, diagonally through your torso to the opposite shoulder. And you're just going to sigh vibrations through those spaces. Imagine that your body is like a wide riverbed, and that your vibrations are like rivers of vibrations flowing through the riverbed of your body. Imagine your tail in a way is like a crank that brings your knees up and over your middle, and they fall to gravity to the opposite side in the opposite diagonal stretch. And maybe it's like a wave of vibrations that are also bringing your knees up and over. oceans to come through the rivers of your vibrations. Hum, hum, this is you. Hum, we're going to sigh a hum that floats your knees up and over your torso and feel the momentum of gravity bringing you all the way over into the folded leaf. Hum, Now, in the folded leaf, allow your bellies to soften onto your thighs. Allow your knees to be slightly parted so your belly can just be soft. And picture now that you're here, that your body is like a spring leaf that's about to unfold in the springtime. And imagine that it's like a delicious, juicy raindrop, maybe in the warm kind of raindrop, splashes right where your sacrum is. And then the hum is the vibrational water coming down through your spine and spreading around your back, and then it kind of drops right past your lips and onto a little puddle just beyond your lips. Hum, And now, on a sigh, you're going to tuck your toes, allow your feet to make contact with the ground. You're going to float your pelvis up towards the sky and allow your torso, arms, and neck and head to hang head downward. And just sigh with relief to do that. I'm breathing. Okay, so now I want you to imagine that it's as if your feet are coming up and away from the ground like a mountain. And your torso and your arms and your neck and head are kind of like green, lush ivy coming down from the sides of the mountain. And your vibrations now are a waterfall of vibrations coming up through your legs and down through your limbs and your neck and head. You're going to emerge through your spine and just picture that your waterfall is becoming a fountain. Three or four hums will bring you up, but continue to feel the movement coming up through your spine, be in between hums, so keep moving. Give pause to your chin is to your chest. And so you're sensing your whole spine has emerged. One more time for Josh. And Gabe. Finally, your neck and head float up and feel the fountain of vibrations coming up and out of you. And now just sense that you have a fountain coming up through you, a waterfall coming up and over, and a river all meeting each other right through your mouth and out past your lips. The jaw. Lengthen up to the back of your neck. Feel your skull floating on top. Allow your facial muscles to be soft, your lips slightly parted, your jaws hanging with gravity. Bring the heels of your hands to the masseter muscle and around where the jaw hinges. Gently massage the jaw hinge. Check that you're breathing. Draw your hands down the jaw to the angle point before the jaw goes towards the chin. Rest your pointer fingers on that angle point. Feel gravity in the back, but just a slight space in the front between your lips. Bring your hands to your jaw, holding onto your chin with your thumbs and pointer finger knuckles. Your elbows are out slightly, but not above your shoulders. Feed in an impulse for a sigh on vibrations beyond the roof of your mouth, past your jaw, and give your jaw a gentle shake underneath while you sigh out.
Noticing your vibrations coming up and out past your shaking jaw. Your vibrations are coming along the roof of your mouth, past your top front teeth, past your top front lip, just as you're giving your jaw a little shake. New thought drops in. Allow your eyes to open, see your vibrations going up and out past, and just turn to someone in the group and send your vibrations from your pool to their pool. So I'll send it to you, and then you send it out. Now once speaking it. Allow your hands to drop. Just touch sound, notice what shifted and changed. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Notice your vibrations as they come past your top front teeth, past your top front lip, up and out, as an expression of you.
The soft palate. Let's yawn in and out on a whispered syllable, ka. Before the air enters in, the soft palate meets the back of the tongue. Energy gathers. Then the breath enters in as your soft palate floats away from the back of your tongue. Before the air goes out again, the soft palate meets the back of your tongue. Energy gathers. And then on the outgoing side, the soft palate flies away from the back of the tongue. The air floats up into the soft palate and out of the roof of your mouth and past your lips. And relax your lips, let the breath come back in.
Allow your arms to open up wide like an eagle, opening up your front rib cage. Just notice that. Now as you open up, can you allow yourself to breathe in and out on a whispered caw? Expanding and opening your soft palate. Now allow your arms to come in, forward as if you're hugging a tree, noticing your back rib cage opening and expanding as you breathe in and out on a whispered caw. So your arms are opened in front of you as you're hugging a tree. So you're not hugging yourself, you're hugging a tree. Yeah, something that's in front of you. And now allow yourself to open up again, wide like an eagle as you open up the front of your rib cage. Breathing in and out on a whispered caw. Now bring your arms forward as you're hugging the tree. Just let yourself open and expand as you breathe in and out on a whispered caw, opening up your rib cage, allowing your soft palate to open as you open up your front and back rib cage. Now, bring your left arm up and over you. You're opening up the left side of your rib cage as you breathe in and out on a whispered caw. So the activation of the opening up of your soft palate and the opening up of your lower rib cage of your left side. Now switch. Now opening up the right rib cage. So your left hand is now going to clasp your right wrist, forming a little C. As you breathe in and out on a whispered caw. Now one more time, bringing your arms up and finding all four openings of your rib cage.
Middle of the tongue, loosening. Remember the middle of your tongue with the tip of the tongue at the bottom gum ridge. Feed in an impulse for a sigh of vibrations above the middle of your tongue while you gently loosen the middle of your tongue in a gentle wave, coming up and forward and relaxing it down again. And relax for the breath to come in. Front of the tongue loosening. Lengthen the back of your neck. Tip your skull slightly forward. Allow the tip of the tongue to be at the bottom gum ridge. Behind your bottom teeth, the blade of the tongue rolls forward to gravity. Feed in an impulse for a sigh of vibrations beyond the blade of your tongue. And as you sigh out, give the blade of your tongue a gentle jiggle. And relax for the breath to come back in to your breathing center.
Find the middle of your tongue and just give your tongue a little loosening. Just the middle of your tongue. Notice your jaw. And your jaw stay relaxed. Allow your head to drop to your chest. And in dialogue with me as you roll down, loosening the middle of your tongue. Give your shoulders a little release. tongue. Now finding the blade of your tongue and the sound coming even more forward. As you roll up your spine in dialogue with me. Open, look around, give yourself a little shake. La la la, ma. And move through the space, letting the sound move your body, noticing each other. La la la, ma. Finding touches of sound. Ha ha. Ha ha ma. Now with that awareness of opening up of your channel, your jaw, soft palate, tongue, speak another few lines of your text through that wide open channel that's connected to your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, coming through your vibrations through a free channel.
I'm like bright metal,
Metal,
solid ground,
so
my reformation.
Literally,
Literally, more of my faults
subject
shall show more
Strike
good.
it to the back.
then more
eyes,
close to
that which
get
have
to
no
before
foil
the
to
door,
set it off.
not bear the
And
knife
tell the pleasant
myself.
prince.
Ha ha.
And then right from there, just speak for yourself one juicy word that expresses how you feel.
Fabuloso.
Glad.
Relax.
Different colors may have different emotional connections. For example, when we go to an art museum, the artist chose specific colors to express the feelings and emotions in the artwork. A vivid red in contrast with a vivid green may awaken us to vivid contrasting sensations, as well as nuanced gradations of color may awaken us to subtlety and nuances in our thoughts and feelings. Some colors are more vibrant, and some are deeper, and some are in between.
Pitch also has different frequencies that can awaken us to feelings and emotions. Vibrations at faster and slower speeds may resonate in different areas of the body.
Vowels have different intrinsic pitches because of the distance of the tongue and the roof of the mouth and lips to the back of the throat.
Therefore, vowels imaged with different colors may energize us, vibrate, and resonate through our bodies with an expressive range.
So now we're going to explore vowels and their intrinsic pitches as color and energy that can be formed with specificity in the mouth and allow that specific vibrational energy to travel through the passageways of the body and move us.
Picture the white E. Allow the sound of E to drop into your middle. your solar plexus. Allow the energy to connect to you, and the vibrational energy comes up and out your mouth. The tip of your tongue is behind your bottom teeth along the gum ridge. The middle of your tongue is the highest tongue arch. As you sigh, the vibrational energy past the arching tongue, along the roof of your mouth, past your top front teeth, past your top front lip. E. And the sound vibration moves the body channels. E.
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 E. See the black ooh. Receive the ooh down in your breathing center. And as you feel the vibrational energy of ooh coming up and through you, your lips round and protrude, and the vibrations flow up and over the roof of your mouth, out past your lips, as well as down through your body. Ooh.
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 See the blue. Ah. Allow the energy of ah and receive it into your middle, into your solar plexus. Allow that energy to connect to you. Allow the tip of your tongue to rest behind your bottom teeth. The back of your tongue relaxes down. Ah. As you sigh, the vibrations of ah along the roof of your mouth, past your top front teeth, past your top front lip, and this vibrational energy moves your body as it moves past your top front lip and out your mouth. Ah. Ah.
Ah.
Ah.
Ah.
Ah.
Ah.
Gently open your eyes. See the color of the pillow and allow the feeling and the image to enter into your breathing center. Allow the feeling of E to vibrate through your spaces of your body, the hollow spaces of your body. Off you go. And allow it to move you. How does it move you? What parts of your body? New thought comes in. Close your eyes. Allow your lips to part. Drop into your warm, eternal sun, breathing center, your emotional receiving and transmitting center, your solar plexus. Again, picture the hollow spaces of your body channels and the warm sun breath filling your spaces.
Open your eyes. See the color of the pillow. Ooh. Allow the feeling of the image to enter into your breathing center. Allow the feeling of ooh to vibrate through the spaces of your body and move you. Ooh. And sigh that through a few times. Feel new impulses emerging and really explore ooh and how it wants to live and vibrate in your spaces. Close your eyes, allows your lips to part and drop into your warm internal sun, and sigh breath through the hollow spaces. Let it go.
Now open your eyes. See the color of the pillow. And allow the feeling of the image to enter into your breathing center, and allow the feeling of to vibrate through the spaces of your body and move you. Each new breath drops in and releases on.
Now, sigh them through your body one at a time and feel their differences. As you move into a circle, sighing these three vowels up against each other. Ooh, wee, Notice how they move your body. And then see each other. Feel the energy of each other living in your breath. And this time you're going to add an H before the ooh, a W before the E, and an R after the ah. Allow them to live in you fully and express yourself fully as you sigh. Who we are. Who we are. And sigh it through as you know that that is the truth. It is who you are. Who we are. Who we are. And then just stand and just see each other and just, know that you are connected to the sounds of language. They are yours. They are a part of your expression. They're in the DNA of language and the DNA of you. And right from there, just kind of speak to each other. Who we are. Who we are.
The specificity and nuance of how each individual forms their vowels and consonants connects them to their individual dialect and identity. We speak within the dialect that we've developed by listening and mimicking the sounds that we've heard through our lives with generational influences, different landscapes, and cultural qualities.
And is there anything that you observed in yourself that just felt like, wow, that had a different feeling than the other ones?
Ooh always felt to me as like very much in my lower half of the body, and not so like E was always more in the upper half, and ooh was always like down. Ooh. Yeah. Like a zoo.
Yeah.
Adding on to that, awe. Awe for me felt very much in my solar plexus region, and therefore was like the most vulnerable for me to express. And sometimes would float a little bit up, or like maybe I'll like push it down a little bit. So that was very interesting to me because it did have very specific like places in the body.
I felt a lot more active with ah. I felt like it just allowed me to really, with E, with E and U, I felt sort of like an implied message, but I felt like ah was just very natural. It just allowed me to express myself the easiest.
Did you feel a difference in like the color of the vowels? The bright E, the deeper U, and the blue ah. Did the color have any influence on you?
It's a great word, influence.
There was like a vibrancy and like an excitement that gave myself from the colors and the textures of the doughs, for sure.
Yeah.
Certain distinction for each sound.
And what about you?
I felt it wasn't full enough. It was, I'm not sure.
I felt that way about me. And to say that you thought I was resonant is kind of funny
Yeah.
because I felt that way about you.
Ah.
So I don't know if it's like our inner and outer ears doing something to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seemed like where there were similarities with E for everyone, like everyone had, I thought, or they must have had a separate thought, distinct thought, because it sounded different for each person. And just like the fullness of U compared to E, like it just feels like it's all here, where E, like, it just has like some kind of space here.
And ooh was much longer, I felt, for everybody. Like there was more breath attached.
Yeah.
As opposed to E was really bright and short for most of the time.
I think it's interesting thinking of pitches as not higher or lower, but faster or slower. I think that's really fascinating. How we all sort of let ourselves take more time with the ooh instead of thinking, oh, this is like lower, because it's not lower, it's just slower, I guess.
Yeah, and also the slower frequencies tend to, so this goes into intrinsic pitch, and we talked a little bit about this earlier, but the intrinsic pitch of a vowel, right, based on the distance from your lips to the back of your throat and your tongue to the roof of your mouth, some vowels have intrinsically faster frequencies of vibrations, medium distances, medium frequencies of vibrations, and slower frequencies of vibrations based on that distance that the vibrations are traveling. And so with those different rates of vibrations, they do tend to pick up on, they tend to have and actually I think in some cases they will go to upper range and lower range. And the bones of the lower half of your body, your chest cavity, your pelvis, your legs, your arms, they're much wider spaces. And so slower frequencies tend to want to fill those wider spaces. And so you may find that some vowels do want to live, like an oo does want to live it does pick up on the heart, the resonance of your lower half of your body, and the E in that fast frequency will pick up on the smaller bone structures and of your skull, and the ah might live somewhere in the middle. So to think about frequency of energy awakening you to your range and within your body resonators is an interesting to think. So there is a lower frequency, mid frequency, and higher frequency that does pick up on pitches, but it is interesting to think about, and range of self, right? But it's interesting to think about that as faster and slower. But that's where it will start to live and travel lower and higher through your body in an interesting way.
I would like to have Kimberly and Joshua have a dialogue with ooh. You just notice the frequencies that your ooh has, the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that come through your sound, that will allow you to really become you through those frequencies and those sounds.
Ooh.
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 What are you noticing?
I think, how do I say this? I think Kimberly's ooh is wider. And Joshua's ooh is more round,
Mm-hmm.
just like physically. Which I
Yeah,
guess
mine's a
creates
little more like relaxed in the jaw as opposed to like
ooh.
like tight and then
Yeah.
ooh.
Like,
yeah.
yeah. Like, I it's like a circle versus like a croissant.
So, Kimberly, what I'm noticing in you is that your lips are a little more spread, and I believe that your tongue is arching slightly to create the ew, and then the lips round at the end. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
And I feel like there's
Ew.
air coming out
Mhm.
more at the end of
Before,
my ooh.
yes, and lips go slightly rounded, but not as far as Joshua's do, right? So I hear ew, ew, ew. The tongue is
Ew.
going up, and then the lips slightly round. So it kind of has an e, a little bit of an e
A
in
little
it.
bit.
Ew, ew, ew.
And that is for sure a Southern
Tennessee,
dialect
right?
thing. Yeah.
Now, what I see in Josh is that I don't notice your tongue going up, but I noticed your lips really rounding and protruding forward, much more than Kimberly's. Ooh, ooh. I really saw your lips stretch into that. So that's interesting because Kimberly, by intrinsically, you have a faster frequency happening, and I do hear a higher resonant pitch in your voice in that sound, ooh. I do hear a slower frequency and a lower resonant feeling in your voice, ooh. So just to say that they are both wonderful, they're both completely
Individual.
accurate, they are completely you, and you both have the right to express the ooh in the way that you do. But isn't that interesting that we can express ooh in different ways? And that is what goes into the ingredients of our individual dialect. Receive the image of the silky red rrrr in your breathing center. It activates the back sides of the tongue to meet the biting edge of the upper back teeth, and the blade of the tongue to point towards your upper gum ridge in front. Sigh the vibrations of the silky red rrrr above the roof of your mouth and past your lips. Find the sound of the silky red rrrr moving your body.
Receive the image of the purple striped ooh into your breathing center. It activates the tip of your tongue and meets the upper gum ridge. Sigh the vibrations of the purple stripe ooh past the sides of your tongue out your mouth. Find the sound of the purple stripe ooh moving your body.
Oh. Oh.
Receive the image of the tawny coiled in your breathing center. It activates the blade and tip of your tongue to slide forward so that the blade is meeting the bottom edge of the front top teeth, and the tip of the tongue protrudes forward. Sigh the vibrations of the tawny coiled above the roof of your mouth and past your lips. Find the sound of the tawny coiled moving your body.
I feel like when I my instinct to pronounce or say a word in English is different from the instinct to pronounce like a Tagalog word or like an English word with like a Filipino essence or like dialect. I feel like if I were to sort of put on like a Tagalog accent or say something in Filipino, for instance, the tongue wants to be closer to the back of my front teeth and less towards the back of my hard palate.
You speak both languages.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind thinking about, just if you were to, find that sound in Tagalog and then find it in English and just see what that, does for
Maybe
you.
even, thinking the word, but not speaking the word, but finding the L that like.
I'll think of the beginning of a word.
But I'm thinking love, right?
Right.
So I'm not going to say the word, but I'm thinking the sound as I express the vibrations.
Yeah.
So if there's a word that comes that activates you, that's what I'm trying to get you at, the activation of that sound through a word image.
Oh.
That is so unique.
Yeah. I could hear your tongue moving in between the two different sounds. Yeah, like way different shape.
Very distinct.
Yes.
It feels different in my mouth.
I don't remember hearing that sound coming out of my family's mouth too much, like in speaking Spanish. Like, I'm trying to think of words that they would say, but I don't hear that much in Spanish. But for me, like, that sound just lives, like, right there. Like, I almost want to throw the phonetic pillow, like, because it's just, like, the vibration is just right there on the tip of the tongue and the teeth, and it's like a buzzy sound for me. But I need, like either the pillow or, like, a thought to, like, get it out, like, to say something with the sound, or else I feel like it just sits there.
To do now is bring the vowels and consonants together as they move particular parts of our body. So before we do that, Michael. So let's just revisit very quickly, ooh, e, ah. Just letting that move your body so that we have that connection before we add the ingredient of the consonant. So just let that move you. Ooh. E, ah, on your own, 3 or 4 times. E, ah, ooh, e, ah, ooh. sounds into the mixing bowl of our vowels going ooh, e, ah, but adding re, direction you would like. Off you go. Maybe switch directions. Allow yourself to come into the middle for a new thought, feeling, impulse to come in. I'll just gently shake that. Keeping the connection to the vowels. Ooh, e, ah. Without a new ingredient of sound. Ooh. How's that move your body? Vowel sounds. Lee, loo, la. However that moves your body. Specifically moved. Lee, loo, la. Off you go. Lee, loo, la. One more time. Shake it out. How does that move your body? Where does that move? shapes of the. Let that move you. Sounds at your own will with sending it off. Pelvis. Off you go. Let it possibly grow as you off you go. Now play with it for yourself as it moves through center. Shake it out. Now take just a minute for yourself. All of the sounds of the vowels, consonants that you just visited. Let them move through your body and see where you find them in your text. Off you go. So do you find so off you go. And let it move your body.
We
Where are they? How do they uniquely move you?
it were done. When 'tis done, then 'twere well it be done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with this Circe success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all, here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, or pity like a naked newborn babe, or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow this horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know that will say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown, and be perverse, and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo. But else, not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was ware my true love passion, therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Be glad that the fan is so pleasant with us. His presence and your pains we thank you for. When we have matched our rackets with these balls, we will in France, by God's grace, play a set, shall strike his father's crown into the hazard. Tell him he had made a match with such a wrangler, that all the courts of France will be disturbed with chases. And we understand him well, how he comes over us with our wilder days, not measuring what use we made of them. But tell the Dauphin, I will keep my state, be like a king, and show my sail of greatness when I do rouse me in my throne of France. For that I have laid by my majesty and plodded like a man for working days. But I will rise there with so full of glory that I will dazzle all the eyes of France, yea, strike the Dauphin blind to look on us, and tell the pleasant prince, this mark of his had turned his balls to gunstones, and his soul shall stand sore charged for the wasteful vengeance that shall fly with them. For many 1,000 widows shall this mock out of their dear husbands, mock mothers from their sons, mock castles down, and some are yet ungotten and unborn will have cause to curse the Dauphin's scorn. So get your hence in peace, and tell the Dauphin his jest will savour but of shallow wit, when thousands weep more than did laugh at it. Conduct them with safe conduct. Fare you well.
I know you all, and I will a while uphold the unyoked humour of your idleness. And yet herein will I imitate the sun, who doth permit the base contagious clouds to smother up his beauty from the world, that when he please again to be himself being wanted, he may be more wondered at by breaking through the foul and ugly mist of vapors that did seem to strangle him. If all the year were playing holiday, to sport would be as tedious as to work, but when they seldom come, they wish it for come, and nothing pleaseth but rare accident. So when this loose behavior I throw off, and pay the debt I never promised, by how much better than my word I am, by so much shall I falsify men's hopes. And like bright metal on a sullen ground, my reformation, glittering over my faults, shall show more goodly and attract more eyes than that which hath no fault to set it off. I'll offend, to make offense a skill, redeeming time when men think least I will.
And will you rend our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury. Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul? But by your setting on, by your consent. What, that I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity, rather than despise.